Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. So this is interesting. This is really the first time in the whole history of my channel that I'm going to come on during the daytime on a regular basis, and I'm really excited. I'm excited to connect with people during the daytime that I don't get the opportunity to connect with in the later hours of the day. So for those of you that follow me and watch the daily reading every day, and I thank you kindly for that support. The daily reading will be a part of this particular show, and then on Fridays, I will put out the pre-recorded weekend reading as I always do. So we're just trying to change things up a little bit and allow me to connect with some people that I don't normally get a chance to connect with. So here we go. Hi, Michelle. Good morning, my friend. So, of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave comments in, underneath the video. All of those things help the channels. It's so important. So here's what I thought we would do. I thought we would start with sort of like a thought for the day. And I'm going to pull from the Prism Oracle, which is, hi, Ben. Good morning, my friend. Hi, Hershey. So, Ben, I sent you a message yesterday, by the way, my friend. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull a card from the Prism Oracle, and we're going to start there. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're having a good morning or a good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you may be in the world. Things didn't start off so well here this morning. So last night I couldn't sleep, you guys. I was nervous about coming on in the morning, because I have all day to get ready. And today I didn't have any time. And so last night I was, can this actually come together? So if I seem a little bit discombobulated, that might be it. So anywho, couldn't fall asleep. Finally fell asleep somewhere around like 3:30 this morning, which explains the bags under my eyes. Like enough room to carry some luggage, friends, to go on a big trip. Anywho, woke up this morning. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful. Then I'm trying to get ready for this. I've dropped my laptop. The mouse isn't working. Just like silly things. Nothing catastrophic. But I'm like, is this some sort of a sign? I'm choosing to ignore it. Hi, Linda. Hi, MJ. Hi, Rose. So we're using the Prism Oracle, and we're gonna. Oh, okay. Thanks, Thomas. We're gonna pull a card for the day. It has fallen on the floor. Friends, look at this. We have magic. Magic. Now, when I think about magic, I think about those beautiful moments when everything sort of comes together, unexplained in such a beautiful and sort of harmonizing kind of way. That's what I think of. What do you guys think of when you see the word magic? What does that do for you? What does that say to you? What does that mean to you? I would love to know. Do share. I absolutely love the new name. Been there, done that. Love it. I love it. And I will wait for my invitation. I'm just kidding. Ben, this is for you, my love. Ready? You think of the Magician card, Michelle? Yeah. Okay, if I move over, there's Quincy on the arm of the chair, and he's trying to get on top of the dog's crate. And it's a soft canvas crate, so when he tries to go into stealth mode, it makes all these really weird noises. He's going to try and go under the blanket. And he'll stay there for hours, friends. And there he goes. Rose said she ordered my first tarot deck. It's that you'll know it when you see it thing, on sale and affordable. You'll laugh at the name. What's the name, Rose? I can't wait. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate you, my friend. Michelle says, I love how he's in stealth mode, trying to move ever so quietly. It's hilarious, isn't it, Michelle? Because you see, Rosie and him don't really see eye to eye. So Rosie's over here in the window in front of me. And normally, if she's in her crate at this time of the day, Quincy is trying not to like wake her up. So he's like, you know what I mean? So the number one has to be I love that. I love that, Hershey. So let's start off with we've got the magic, right? So let's add to it. We're going to pull from the Earth Magic deck. Now, if you guys have any specific questions that you would like answered, please do feel free to pop them into the chat. Be patient with me because my mouse isn't working, and so I have to use the laptop. And it's just a little bit harder when you're sitting here balancing on what I'm balancing on, which is how I knocked it over in the first place. You'd think I never did this before. Oh, with the words and the meanings? Listen, Rose, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And this is just my opinion. Take it or leave it. There is nothing wrong with using cards with words on them in terms of the tarot cards. But you will find over time, depending on how far you go into it, that you will start to attach yourself with certain decks. Certain decks mean more or will resonate with you more than others will. And so if you use a particular deck of cards that has certain words on it, you have to be careful not to just rely on those words, because the cards have other meanings, and there's just not enough room to write all the meanings on the card face or on the back of the card even. And then of course you have to be open to your own interpretation in like using your intuition when you read. You know, you can do the same reading for two different people or for the same person. And one day the magician means one thing and the next day the magician means something else. So just something to keep in mind for anybody who's learning tarot. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. All right. So we have, good morning, Liz. So we have, sorry about the glare, friends. We have waterfall and effortless. And I love this. And it goes really well with the magic card, right? The waterfall and effortless. That thing that I was talking about before, when, you know, things just come together in this beautiful, harmonious way without much input or much effort really on your part. You know, it's that feeling when you do something and you're like you make a cake or you make a dinner and you say to yourself, like, I outdid myself. I couldn't do that again if you paid me. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of feeling. Liz says, I've been struggling. Eliza, need guidance. Don't feel good. It's been months. Well, I'm very sorry, Liz, that you're not feeling good. Hopefully being here with us today helps. If you have a question, feel free to pop it in the chat. We'll do our best to get it answered for you. Hershey says, I have both with and without keywords, but sometimes what comes across the cards is not even a keyword that is showing up, and I will follow my gut every time. And that's exactly kind of what I was trying to allude to. No shame or shade for people that use keywords. I have cards with keywords on them as well. But that has been my experience, that when I use those cards, and you guys all know them, it's they're these cards here. That's the card on top of the deck, the death card or the release card. And it has keywords. And I have a tendency, if I use these, it's like, just like muscle memory, remembering those keywords only. So that's all. Okay. So now we're going to move to another deck. So we've got Effortless and Magic, and this is sort of like what I'm deeming as like part of the daily reading. That is going to be a part of this daily stream every day. It's going to be like our jumping off point or our starting point, right? And as I said in the beginning, for those of you that were not here, I have so many amazing subscribers and amazing followers, and there are lots of people that watch my daily video every day that comes out. Well, I'm not doing those anymore. I'm going to be doing this instead. And so the daily reading that would normally be pre-recorded is now a part of this show, stream, whatever you want to call it, broadcast, segment, whatever. And so this is part of that daily reading. And then we'll get to everyone's question. Here's the thing, Thomas. I have absolutely no problem with people promoting. I appreciate that you asked. And that's the way that it should be done, is to ask. I actually have Hershey coming to join me for Achieving Wellness on the 28th, I believe it is, Hershey, right? It's a Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to be talking about shadow work. She reads shadow sort of cards, or does shadow work with the tarot cards. And so she's going to come. We're going to have a chat. We're going to toss some cards, give some readings out. And I'm really looking forward to that. And Thomas is going to join me next Wednesday. I have a whole list of people yet to send emails to. So, increase is our next card. Look at that. So what's this? Increase is growth. It's possibilities, it's opportunities, it's forward movement, forward momentum. And I mean, this, you just can't ignore what's happening here, right? We have the magic. That lovely feeling of, I feel good today. I am grateful. I feel love. I feel heard. I feel belonged. Good English. I feel like I belong. I feel accepted. I feel empowered. I feel fulfilled. Effortless. Today I feel like anything I set my mind to, I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to be able to be successful in anything I attempt to do today. That in itself creates that feeling of magic within you, where you feel this immense sense of pride. And then we have the increase. Those two things together equal this. This is your growth. This is your forward momentum. This is your forward movement. And it's beautiful. Bye, Michelle. Have a great day, love. So, I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards for this, what we've got going on here so far. And then if you guys have questions, pop them up in the chat. You want to chat about something, let's do it. Liz, I said, I see that you said again that you're struggling. Please do, pop a question in the chat and we'll see what we can do for you. Good morning, Hypnicity. Good morning, Bims. Morning, Teresa. Morning, Jessica Lynn. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Happy Monday. Woohoo. Okay. That was fast. Those cards came out really fast. Okay. All right. So this now I get it. Maybe I'm picking up your energy, Liz. I don't know, but we've got the 5 of Swords. This is like confusion, mental conflict. Now, when I say mental conflict, I don't mean that you're having like a mental health crisis. It's that your thoughts are confused. as you can see in that picture, he's sort of holding his head in his hand and the bird is picking at him, right? And to me, that represents negative thoughts, low self-esteem, self-sabotaging kind of behaviors, trying to get in there and, sort of take you for a ride, if you will, in a mental way, right? To destroy or to attempt to sort of knock down what you've already built up, right? We have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords, she's a lovely energy because she is thoughtful. She is a great communicator. She speaks the truth. She sits there and sort of plots and plans, and she is very much the what's the word I'm looking for? She is very much the analytical, logical kind of energy, right? So you start out with this mental conflict, right? This state of confusion. Then you move towards that going within and really thinking about what is it? What is it? What is it that's bothering me? What is it that I'm trying to accomplish? What is it that's in my way? Right? You're making plans and you're trying to be very tick the boxes as you go. Excuse me. You have the Seven of Wands coming out. This is a challenge. But it's not a bad challenge. It's a positive challenge. Because you're being asked to create this magic by meditating, by contemplating, by manifesting, by setting intentions. You are resilient, and what you need to do is sort of come together and realign yourself, right? Realign yourself with what you want, what you believe, what you think, what you feel. Now, the Eight of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. How you see yourself is not how the world sees you. This is self-doubt. You don't think that you're worthy. You don't think that you're good enough just as you are. Now I'm going to go back to this. Create some magic. Allow yourself, your heart, your world, your support system, your everyday life to be effortless. In other words, don't make a situation worse than it is, right? And when you can do that, when you can rise above it, when you can get yourself out of the dumps, the bad spot, the tough moments, the low points, that is when there's forward momentum. The deal is that you have to be ready for that change. Now, I could sit here and I could talk about, hi, honey. I could talk about that kind of stuff all day long. But what I want to say to you, Liz, specifically talking to you, I got you, Thomas. What I want to say to you specifically, Liz, is this. You have to decide for yourself. The cards aren't going to tell you that. If any reader does, they're not doing their job right. You have to decide for yourself when you're ready to either use this to empower you or to allow it to continue to deflate you. And that there's no judgment on my part saying that to you. Every time that someone messes with you, every time you have your heart broken, every time you feel a loss, no matter what it might be, you go through a sort of grieving process, and you have to allow yourself the time and the space to do that. But then you need to pick yourself back up because you have responsibilities. You are accountable to other things, whether it be your job or your friends or your family or your children or your pets. Ultimately, you're responsible for yourself. And I want you to think about it this way. You deserve to live the best life that you can. You. That doesn't mean attached to anyone. That just means you. And if you don't allow yourself the opportunity to free yourself from upset or the burden that you carry from this, situation or many situations combined, right? If you don't allow yourself to be freed from that, you walk around feeling stress all the time. It's bad on your physical body. It is bad on your mental capacity. You start to shy away from people. You end up with, diagnosed issues. You end up isolating from people. You need to find your groove again. And the best way that I can suggest to do that is just to simply say, you deserve to be happy. So do not do not destroy that for yourself. Allow yourself in this moment to say that today is the day that I am going to make the change for the better. Right? Because you having stuff on your mind, listen, I have diagnosed anxiety panic disorder. Like, I've isolated myself in my house for 4 years. I have lost my whole identity. So I know what I speak of, right? For me personally, it was the worst thing that I could have ever done to myself. The absolute worst thing I could have done to myself. I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was doing what was necessary. I thought that I was protecting myself, keeping myself safe by isolating myself. I don't leave my home. And I haven't done in years. You have to wait for the moment till you're ready. And when you're ready, you know it. And until you're ready, you have to do things to help yourself. So you need to make sure that you eat the right foods, right? So stay away from nicotine, stay away from caffeine, eat good stuff. Surround yourself with crystals. Make sure that you go for a walk every day or be outside in nature if it's possible, right? Watch nature videos. 90 minutes outside will literally decrease your depression by up to 50%. It's a proven statistics. That's not me talking. Do things like drink water after dinner because it helps to calm. So promoting good sleep hygiene, right? Make sure that you are really focused on your everyday routines. What you do when you wake up, what you do when you go to bed, what you do to relax. You can journal is a great way to get your thoughts and your feelings out. Releasing, you asked how you can free yourself. You can do what I did on with everyone here, a release ceremony where you write out a letter to the people or the situation that has you so upset. You read it out loud and you can bury it in the ground. You can set fire to it. You can rip it up in a million pieces, something like that. I find it's more effective if you put some sort of an action to it. Get yourself some crystals, whether they be, like an amethyst is great for sort of overall healing. Rose quartz is great for overall happiness and sort of making yourself feel more light, if that makes sense. There's lots of things that can be done to assist. Now, I don't know what your situation is. I'm not asking you to tell us here, but those are some thoughts that I have about some things that you could do. All right, so let's go back up here and because I can't actually see. Hi, honey. Thank you. So that's my husband. Everyone in the chat saying that he brought his coffee. Good morning, Gypsy JJ. Nice to see you. Oh, I hate not working with a mouse. It's just the worst, especially on this thing. That's very sweet of you, Thomas. I am very, very lucky. My husband is a rock star. Teresa is in the house. Hello, Teresa. And I miss Cardamancy Mesquite. Good morning and goodbye. Have a good day. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's the worst not having a mouse because my laptop fell off of its little stand here this morning. Don't let my husband hear that. And now it's really, really difficult to get this thing to work properly, to be able to scroll up and down. And every time I do it, I move the camera, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the drift, right? Okay. Let me get down. Hershey says, to piggyback on Liz, you and you alone have a power and ability to turn all the pain against itself and use it finally in a positive way, and it will no longer be able to use you. Try a primal release. Yeah. All right, I think I'm at the bottom. Yeah. Yay, I'm at the bottom. So, and I also understand that situation too. Like, not that everyone wants to or needs to know my life story, but, my ex-husband used to call me, most people are called honey or dear or whatever, and he used to call me fat, ugly bitch. That was my pet name. So I get it. You have to decide whether you are worthy or not of not being treated poorly by anybody. I don't care who it is, including you. I mean, nobody treated me worse than I treated myself. Nobody. I wouldn't tolerate it. I treated myself way worse than my ex-husband ever treated me because I allowed those thoughts and those notions to get inside me. And then I beat myself up constantly, thinking I wasn't worthy, I wasn't good enough. And I am. I'm totally worthy. I am totally good enough. It takes time, and it also takes consistent, consecutive effort on your part every day to chip away at years and years and years and years and years of this built up sort of resistance to you living your best life, right? It's not going to be fixed immediately. You have to want it and you have to do the work. And that's the hardest part. And anyone who's been through a bad situation, to them, that situation is the worst, right? We've all been through a bad situation and we've all put in the work. Some of us more than others. Some of us, it took longer. We are all worthy of living our best life. The key component is recognizing it and doing the work, right? Be willing to accept the release of the thoughts and the feelings, the emotions, do the work to curb those behaviors so that they don't reoccur, right? And then move forward, looking at things in a totally different way. You are taking a half empty glass and turning it into a half full, right? You're no longer like, why does this happen to me? My life sucks. This is horrible. No, it's not. You're alive. You're breathing. There's always something to be grateful for, and there's always room to find blessings. And that, my friend, I think personally, and this is just my personal opinion for entertainment purposes only, I think that is the best place to start. Every day when you wake up, I want you to try to think of 3-5 things that you are grateful for. And I want you to think about those things every single time a negative thought comes into your mind. I am grateful for X. I am grateful for Y. I'm grateful for, ABC, whatever it might be. When you go to bed at night, I want you to have like a journal or a notepad or something beside you. And I want you to write down the things that you have been worried about that day, all day, nonstop. And then I want you to say, as you write those things down, tonight, right now, I decide that this is my time and I'm reclaiming it back. I have given you all of my energy all day by worrying about you, and I am not going to do it while I sleep, because tomorrow is another day. And really allow yourself to be like, nope, not doing it anymore. I have worried about it all day and it hasn't shifted. It hasn't changed, and I don't feel any better. So worrying doesn't help. It doesn't solve anything, and it doesn't move you forward. And by doing that, you're literally, as the card said before, you're literally creating magic for yourself. You're literally creating this effortless sort of flow to your life. I hope that helps, my friend. And I thank you so much for being here and for being honest and sharing with us. And I hope that the support that you receive here in the chat, the people are amazing, helps. I apologize. I can't actually. Oh, there, I got my mouse down. I finally moved. I've missed so much. Hi, everybody. Anyone that I've missed because my mouse is not cooperating with me today and I can't actually get to the bottom of my chat screen, which is a problem. Oh my gosh, you guys. Seriously. I wish to, sorry, I apologize. I'm moving the laptop all around. I can't get to the bottom of the screen. Whoops. Now I've done something else. Oh my gosh. Okay, there. I'm there. Hi, Ancestor Linker. If anyone else has come in, I apologize. I didn't see you because my laptop is deciding today is going to be a challenge. So I apologize. Hello, welcome to Coffee Break with Dozen Cats. I'm drinking my pop. Can I just take a moment and tell you guys? And Thomas, I will get you answered in a moment. Can I just tell you guys that, I don't know, it was like a week ago that my husband went to pick up some milk from the store. And the milk that was there was the filtered milk that was on sale. And so he got it. I made myself a cup of tea. Oh, it's Genealogy Junkie. Hello, my friend. So anyway, so my husband buys this filtered milk stuff, right? Made myself a cup of tea, and I was like, it tasted like I made a tea milkshake. It was so thick, it was gross. I was like, I think the milk's off. So, and then that reminded me of a funny story. So I don't know who knows it, and if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But a couple of years ago on our anniversary was on like a Monday, and I woke up in the morning to make my cup of tea, and I made the tea, and it tasted off. And so, like, I thought the milk was bad, and I poured it out, and I made myself another cup and poured, the milk in, and just like, oh no, sorry, I switched to the bags because here in Canada we have the bags. So I put the milk in, and I drank it, and it was off again. And I was like, yikes. So my husband texted me, wished me happy anniversary. And I said, thanks. And like, my tea is off. I don't know what it is. And he's like, did you drink it already? I'm like, well, obviously I tried to drink it because I made it. I mean, why would? He's like, I cleaned the kettle with the whatever you call it, the CLR or whatever, and I didn't rinse it out. I'm like, so he tried to kill me on our wedding anniversary. I mean, not legitimately kill me, but yeah. So of course, you know that I had to plaster that all over social media. And oh my gosh, did he get the gears from all of our friends. It was funny at the time. And so when I was having my tea the other day and it tasted so thick, I sent him a message and said, did you happen to clean the kettle? Because it was on a Monday, right? I'm like, did you happen to clean the kettle over the weekend? Because this doesn't taste so great. Anyway, turns out he bought filtered milk and it's just gross. And I haven't been able to have a good cup of tea for like a week and a half because we're waiting for this gross milk to be done, which we're almost at the end of, thank gosh. So I can't wait to open up, my regular milk. I mean, it's the stupidest thing ever, but it's a problem for me. Hi, Jackie. So, Thomas has a question. I mean, honestly, right? Like, do I need to, can you imagine? Let's phone poison control on your wedding anniversary. My husband tried to kill me. I could have been like on, Access Hollywood or something like that, or Entertainment Tonight or one of those programs, right? Or like Dr. Phil or something. Oh my gosh. Anyway. I live to talk about it. That's the important bit. All right. So Thomas wants to know. Yeah. Yeah. One of those things rose absolutely like 48 hours. Yeah. It's some kind of special filtered milk or some kind of weird thing. Hi, Bims. See, now I might have been able to handle that. Oh, gosh. Anyway, okay. So Thomas wants to know, what is he overlooking regarding my spiritual practice? Well, the first thing that I'm going to ask you, Thomas, is what makes you think that you're overlooking something? Now, I'm not asking you to tell me that. I'm asking you to think about that. What makes you think that you are overlooking something? I'll post some cards. See? Did you guys see that? It's like half across the living room. Here with me. I'm going to have to actually get up and move around to get this. So I bought a bunch of tops from Old Navy. And I swear to God, they don't look like pajama tops. I promise you I'm not wearing pajamas. Did you guys hear me shuffle the cards? You heard me shuffle the cards, right? And you heard me say, I don't know if you've seen it, but you heard me say that a card flew out and across the living room. We have the same card as we had before, increase. Which is interesting. I mean, my intuition tells me that you're not trusting yourself, Thomas. You're not trusting yourself to let it let it happen naturally, let it develop naturally. That is what my intuition tells me. Now, when I say that it's my intuition, I'm not going to lie to you and say that, that makes you unique, because every person who is spiritual, every reader I know, every medium I know, does not go into this being, yes, I ultimately trust myself and I'm totally open to, yeah, that is so difficult to do. All right, I think I'm getting somewhere here, Thomas. I'm going to throw 3 tarot cards. I've got 3 oracle cards. I apologize, guys. I don't have a lot of real estate here because I'm in the living room, because it's the only way that you know who, Rosie, will allow me to do what I've got to do. Monday morning at 11:41. Woohoo! Thomas, what does Thomas need to know regarding his spiritual practice? What is he overlooking, please, Spirit? Good morning, Lisa. Absolutely, Gypsy JJ. I'm here for it. It is so nice to connect with you guys during the daytime. I was saying in the beginning that, I'm so used to coming on at night. I don't have the opportunity to connect with, others and different people and some of my other subscribers that are not available during those hours at night. So it's a really great opportunity to be able to connect with you all this morning. So thank you for being here. I dropped about 19 cards on the floor. This is the longest time that you'll ever have to wait for reading. So sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so Linda, with her grounding comment, absolutely spot on. So this is what I've got for you, Thomas. The first card that I pulled, as I said, was the increase. This is forward movement, right? The second card that I pulled was potential. Can you see that? Potential. That's when I made the comment about, trusting yourself. And then I pulled this oracle card of pain. So I know that your pain it's complicated because it is all-encompassing type of pain, right? It's pain from past and pain from physical. And meaning that you have restrictions, right? So then I threw the tarot cards, and this is what I've got. I've got the 2 of Cups, or the 2 of Water. That card is about relationships. It's about contracts. It's about commitments and sort of the coming together, right? But I think for you, it's more about your want, right? You want this to work so well. Like there's a big desire is what I'm trying to get to, which ties into the potential. You've got the Knight of Earth or the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Earth is, going after it. So, you've come up with the plan and now you're going after it. And then you've got the Page of Earth. So a lot of earth energy, and that's why I said that Linda might be on to something with the grounding thing, right? You've got the Page of Earth sort of as your outcome card. You got to keep learning. You got to be open to learning. You got to be open to taking it all in. And sometimes that can be overwhelming, especially when you're just sort of like starting, right? You're like a sponge and you absorb everything. You have to be careful to protect your energy, not like overdo it, because it can be an overwhelming process at times. And we have to acknowledge that. We have to acknowledge that, right? On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 7 of air. So there's the ticket right there, right? These two things right here. This is, that looking over your shoulder. That is I don't think in this case, it's not deceit and it's not betrayal. It's like self-sabotaging, right? Looking over your shoulder, questioning every movement that you make. Was this a good choice? Was this not a good choice? Why did that person react that way? It's that feeling of awareness. So I want you to try really, really hard to use that awareness that you have, because that's your intuition, right? That's your gift, to really work with that muscle and allow yourself to see it as potential as opposed to a consequence, right? You got to let go. What I mean is, don't hold on so tight. Allow it to flow, not to be a jerk, but effortless. That's what you want. You want it to flow effortlessly. And that's really, really hard to do, but you got to trust yourself. And so what I would suggest is this. For every time that you do a reading for someone, for every time that someone responds back with a comment that says, thank you, that really helped me, I really appreciate it, that was spot on, any of those kinds of things, any kind of validation that you get, I want you to write it down. I want you to save it, snap it in your phone, do something, right? And when those thoughts come into your mind that, like, I'm not feeling it today, I'm not connected today, I'm not, like, I don't feel like my intuition is working today, or whatever, I want you to go to that place where those comments are, and I want you to read them. Like, really, really, really read them. How could you be connected to spirit and assisting others if you weren't developing and developed and continuing to develop? How could you do that? You couldn't. We all know that you can't do that. If you are wounded and you are burdened, the connection isn't that strong, right? If you're negative, it impacts that connection. Just something to think about. So I want you to boost yourself up and remind yourself that what you're doing is right, that you're on the right path, on the right road. And I think that the best way that I can think of is to read those validations from other people. Those people don't know you, right? They don't know you. Even if they see you on the screen, they don't know you. They don't know anything about you. Even though you share stuff, they don't know anything about you. Those comments are sincere validations, is my point, right? They are unsolicited. It's not like your mama said, like, you're beautiful. Do you know what I mean? So allow yourself to read those and accept them for what they are. You know what, Jackie? It is. Here's the thing. I could honestly tell you guys, and I'm not trying to turn this into a Kelly moment, but I have had so many days when I have been like, I need to shut this channel down. I don't understand why I'm doing this. I'm killing myself trying. I have problems with XYZ. I don't have time. Blah, 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 lot, whatever. Spending too much money, whatever. And I have about 10 people that for the last year, every day, write a comment under my daily comments or under my daily video. Some say good morning. Some just give me emojis. Some say thank you. Some go on with the big, beautiful story or comment. Those things are so important. It's so important because they're letting you know that you are connecting to another person, and it's validating for your connection to keep going. And we all need that. I mean, that's what we're doing here in this chat, right? Liz came in and said that she was feeling she was struggling, and everyone was like throwing all kinds of love at her, right? Thomas asked this question, and people were throwing some love and support his way. That's what this is. That's what this is about, right? It's about love and support and acceptance and feeling like we belong and that we're heard. And it's so important. Are you okay, baby girl? Sorry, my dog's doing something weird. I mean, that's not crazy. She does something weird every day of the week. But I hope you guys know what I mean. So, Thomas, that's what I got for you, my love. I hope that makes sense. I hope it resonates. I really think that you need to, like, not be so hard on yourself. You are always evolving with this connection and this gift, and you can go 58 different directions, or you can just go in one direction, and you just really got to go with the flow. I know I don't trust myself at all. 99 times out of the day, I don't trust myself. But when I sit down to read for you guys, I feel like a different Kelly. I feel like the old Kelly. I feel like my shit is together, pardon my expression. And I feel like I am in good hands. I'm in good company. I am surrounded by people that love me and support me and encourage me. And I feel your love and your energy through your comments and our interaction here. And I feel like I could do anything. I feel like I could rule the world if I wanted to. And I don't mean that in like an egotistical way. I just mean like I feel that empowered and that fulfilled. I'm going to get off of this stream and I'm going to just, be like old Kelly, possibly. And old Kelly's fine too. But Kelly, when she's on the screen with you guys, she's something special. And that's because of you guys. So use those comments to really lift yourself up and like a reminder that you are supposed to be doing what you're doing, right? There's no map for this. So hope that helps. Now, I don't think I didn't star anyone else's comments. I know that Gypsy JJ wanted a couple of cards, and I know that Rose asked for some cards. So we'll do that. And I thank you guys all so much. This has been lovely. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Come on during the daytime. And honestly, it was like, I don't know when to go. I can't say for certain that Rosie's going to cooperate or that the cats are going to cooperate or that I'm going to cooperate. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to make the decision to do it. And whatever happens, happens, because I'm going to show up. Hopefully you guys are going to show up. You love me. I love you. We'll work it out. It's all good. Oh, thank you, Jackie. You're very kind, my friend. See, that's a confidence thing, right? Like I when I'm not happy with something that I've done or something that I've not done, I do the same I'm a human being, right? I get in my own way and get in my head and tell myself off. And, it's not like I'm sitting here singing Kumbaya all the time. Absolutely, Hershey, I can do that for you. But when I'm here with you guys, it's different. I'm different. Probably the only time that I would find what we do here hard or challenging for me is when we do our Achieving Wellness. Depending on those topics, and I've asked many times for people to suggest topics, and I think in the whole time I've been doing my channel, I might have had like 2 suggestions or maybe 3. I've picked all those topics, and sometimes they're really difficult for me to get into, and so that's probably the only time that I would show up and kind of feel like, you know what I mean? Because I am using my own personal experiences, and it's not lost on me that someone in the chat could take what I'm saying and be like, oh yes, that's what I need to do, and then it doesn't work for them, for example, right? So I try to be careful. That's like a fine line for me, but it's also extremely important that I show up and have those conversations, because I know people need them. I need them too. And so that's about the only time that I might feel some kind of trepidation about showing up. But I thank you very kindly for saying that. Okay. Thank you, my friend. Sorry, Kelly, I kind of faded away for a while because my laptop was getting really awful to deal with. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Genealogy Junkie, aka Ancestor Linker, and I look forward to it. Okay. Rose Blue, my darling, I'm just pulling some oracle cards for you. Okay. Okay. So we've got focus. Okay. We've got the cedar tree and wisdom. And then I pulled one card and I got 2. So one is professional assistance and one is teacher. Now, don't get freaked out, because it doesn't mean that you need to see a therapist. I'm not saying don't see a therapist. I'm just saying it doesn't say, that's not what it means. A teacher and professional assistance, is anything. Maybe it's, the delivery guy that's delivering the groceries, right? A teacher could be someone that's showing you how to hook up your cable on your TV, for example. It's open to interpretation. The point is, for you specifically, I think that, like all humans, we feel ourselves like getting down a little bit, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, I need to do stuff, and then I bring myself back up, and then something else happens and I go down a little bit, or maybe I go up a little bit. It needs to be consistent, right? It needs to be often. It needs to be daily, hourly, weekly, whatever. This constant injection of knowledge and like a living sort of reminder of why you do what you do, why you eat well, why you sleep well, why those things are important to you. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like it's like, I have a headache, I need to take a pill, but I don't like to take pills when I'm awake or when I have to drive, so I'm going to try and get through it. And then you come home and the headache's even worse than it was before, and you finally, break down and you take a pill for the headache. And then it lasts for 3 days and you're like, oh my God, this is the worst. But the minute that headache is gone, you're fine. You know what I mean? You don't think, oh, maybe I need to go to the doctor. Maybe it's something I'm eating. Maybe it's something in my environment. Maybe I'm allergic to it. You panic. And then the minute that headache is gone, it's like, yep, everything's fine. So we sort of revert back to our old ways, right? There's lots of resources out there, Rose. You don't necessarily, and I'm not saying don't go, Whatever your particular situation is, maybe you want to be more organized, right? Well, look up a video on YouTube and get some ideas, right? That's how you be more organized. That was getting professional help, is what I mean by that, right? And I think that, this card here, these three cards, the focus, the wisdom, and the teacher, you can be your own teacher, right? You have the wisdom, you have the knowledge, you know what you need to do. If you focus on it, right, and don't get distracted from all the other things that you allow to get in your way. So I think for you, recognizing that I need to do this as a part of like my daily routine or my weekly routine or something of that nature might be really, really helpful, so that you can spend like 15 minutes or a half an hour or whatever once a week, 10 minutes every day, that kind of thing, going through certain little exercises, or maybe, space them out throughout the day. That's really going to help you maintain this like up motion, right? This positive sort of like, I got this, instead of these things that happen that like sort of take your knees out and you're like in total panic mode. You know what I mean? I think I feel like you know what I mean, but I hope that you do. Okay. So that was for Rose. I hope that made sense. I hope it helped. Now we have Gypsy JJ, and then we have Hershey. And if I'm missing anyone, do let me know. Yeah, absolutely, Hershey. I mean, it's so important, right? Okay. Whoops. Sorry, friends. Sorry. This is for Gypsy JJ. Let's see what's going on here with Gypsy JJ. She wants a couple of cards. We're just at our hour, and I want to be mindful because I know there's so many people that have shows on. 5:02 p.m. It's 12, just after 12 noon Eastern time. Those are interesting cards. My goodness. Okay. Wow. Gypsy JJ, and I don't know if I'm picking up the right energy or not, but I wonder to myself if you're feeling some sort of way. Like, I don't know if you're feeling angry or ticked off or something. Because I got anger, literally. I also got volatility, right? So I don't know what's going on there. The next card that I've got, or the next two cards, are breathe and intuition, or breath and intuition. And this is important. Go out into nature, right? Be in nature. Allow the tranquility and all of the living things to lift you up, to bring you peace, to bring you to that state of quietude where you can check in with yourself, where you can just be. You know what I mean? Where you're not thinking anything and you're not doing anything. You're just being present. That's your only thing that you're doing. If you do that, that will decrease that volatility. That will decrease that anger. And I believe that it will also heighten your intuition, because I feel like you're being either told or nudged, or there's somebody is letting you know, or your own stuff is letting you know that, XYZ is not a great choice, not a great thing to do. Don't, go there, that kind of stuff. You're being given that, but you're ignoring it because you're not happy about something. So just like I said before, get out of this. You know how to do it. Go to your happy place, right? And just breathe. Just be. And allow that connection and spirit to work for you. Maybe you're going to go into the forest and you're going to ask for help, right? You're going to ask the angels and your past over loved ones and your spirit team to assist you to help you make this shift. Do a release ceremony, do some mirror work, do some journal work. That's what I got for you. All right. Now, Hershey wants, you were asking for a balance or something of that nature. I don't actually remember. I know it said something about balance. Let me know. Hershey, sorry. Thank you, Rose. I'm glad it made sense to you, love. Let me know, Hershey, in the chat exactly what you want me to do for you, love. I would scroll up, but we'd be here till Tuesday, so. Not that there's anything wrong with staying here until Tuesday. And while I have you guys, by the way, tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'll be back with Marina from Heart Center Tarot and Sherry H. from Voices from the Swamp. We're going to do some hot topics. So there's that. And what's happening tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow I'm on at 6 p.m. Eastern with Allie at Heart and Soul Connected on her channel with Gerald from Tarot Stash. And got some other cool things coming up. So, yeah, stay tuned, everybody. Bye, Rose. Are you going forward correctly? Okay. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Hershey. It's almost time to change all my tchotchkes, friends. I change the colors every season. So summer is coming, and so it will be, I'm not going to tell you. I think I already told you guys. It's yellow. So the accents go yellow. I don't know what my deal is. I cannot keep the cards on the table. It's all right. I'm closer to the floor than usual, so it's fine. Meaning that I'm not sitting at my desk, is what I mean by that. I feel like you have some choices to make, Hershey. Let's see if we can figure out what those choices are about. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you feel like you need to make some choices. This is super interesting. Okay. So we've got the moon card coming out. Now, the moon card, great energy, interesting energy, depending on how you look at it, right? Depending on what cards are around it, depending on how you're vibing. Considering that you are a shadow reader, I think it's interesting that the moon card came out. Moon card is all about shadows. The most important thing to remember about shadows is that you can't have a shadow without light. And oftentimes I think it's one of those cards that gets sort of like a bad rap, if you will, in terms of, what does it mean for the person, right? So the moon, it's either lighting up the path one step at a time for you. It's showing you something that you think is there, and it's not the big bad wolf that you think it is. It's highlighting that for you. Or it's showing you that there's something there that you didn't even see. I think you're coming away from that. I don't know if that's something that's just happened recently for you, where there was like a bump in the road, so to speak, where you were like, hey, now hold on a minute. What's that all about? That's what I feel. Then we have the High Priestess coming out, right? Now, the High Priestess can be about your spiritual connection, but it also can be a little bit of stuff, a little bit of secret, a little bit of magic-y kind of stuff going on. And I don't know what that is. Okay? But then we have the Knight of Pentacles showing up. What is the Knight of Pentacles? The Knight of Pentacles, that energy is going after the dream. You've done the work, and now you're making things happen. You're putting things into motion. There's nothing wrong with that. So my thought is you may be getting in your own way. And I come to that because of the Moon card. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Lover's card. So this could be a person. This could be some sort of a partnership. So someone that you've worked with, or someone that you want to work with, or someone that has been asking to work with you. And maybe you're just not feeling it, right? Maybe you have that, instinct that sort of goes off, that little red flag that's like, you know what? I don't know. What I will tell you is I pulled this card. Bye, Jackie. Have a great night. Thank you for being here, my friend. Many blessings to you. I got new beginnings. Okay, so how are you going to make the new beginnings, right? Because here's the deal. This is in the past. This is sort of in the current. And this is the outcome, right? Oh, sorry. This way. This way. And this is the outcome. Where you're at right now is like you need to make a choice, right? Do you want to choose that energy? Or do you want to choose the new beginning? And I know that when I'm talking to you, that you know exactly what I mean. I'm not in any way like preaching to you. I'm just saying, you know what I mean. You work with shadows. So if there was a bump in the road, as you said, and you're aware of them, that's great. But that, okay, so I'm picking up on someone or something that was could be wearing a mask about something. I've got isolation. I don't even know if you can see that or not. Isolation. I've got surrender. And I've got trust. So literally feel like you may be coming to that point where you're about to make a huge breakthrough. I don't feel like it's anyone who is out to get you. I don't actually feel like you're gettable, if that makes sense. Meaning, your spidey senses will let you know. Do you know what I'm saying? I think this is more about you and your reaction to whatever it might be. It's almost like your team is saying, hey, now, hold on a minute. Don't get excited. It was just a bump in the road. You've been through worse. You're good. We got you, right? Don't let that feeling of someone trying to, stomp all over your progress, for example. I'm choosing those words that would stop you and distract you from what you're trying to achieve, from what you are achieving, right? In other words, their issue, their problem, got nothing to do with you, if you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, okay, good. This has been fun, you guys. I really, really enjoyed this. So I'm back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I hope that you guys can tune in. I hope that you join me every day. I'm here Monday through Thursday. And I'm really looking forward to connecting with everybody. This has been a lot of fun, and I promise we'll pick up the pace, and it won't always be so speechy and me sitting on my soapbox. But if it is, so be it, because it was meant to happen. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. Have yourself a wonderful day. And I thought Rosie was coming to visit. She decided to not. She just moved from one side of the couch to the other. Have yourself a wonderful day, and I wish you many blessings. Mwah! Bye, everybody. Have a great day.